So see, there are a few examples of issue-based questions. Religious celebrations that cause any kind of pollution should be banned. Premise क्या है? Religious celebrations that cause any kind of pollution. और इसमें conclusion क्या दिया है? Should be banned. Now see, a lot of information is missing. Not all religious celebrations, they cause pollution. And is the banning only option? Are there any easier alternatives? So you have to understand, ask questions to yourself. And इसके relate में question क्या दिया है? Write a response in which you discuss the extent to which you agree or disagree with the statement. So whether you agree or disagree, that you need to decide. Explain your reasoning for the position. आपको अब explain करना है कि why you have taken such a stance. अगर आप agree करते हो तो why, disagree करते हो तो why, and take examples from your surroundings to justify, right? And it should be logical enough, relevant to this part only. ये नहीं कि आपने बहुत सारे examples ले लिए लेकिन वो इससे relate नहीं कर रहे. So it should be relevant. Take minimum 2-3 examples. That is more than enough. Write briefly, and then conclude. So it should, the reasoning that you give, it should be according to the agreement or disagreement, that whatever you choose, what is your opinion about a particular topic. So this is a general topic. ये किसी individual नहीं, सभी के लिए है कि religious celebrations जो होती हैं वो सभी के लिए होती हैं. Then people who waste water should be made to live with rationed water supply as punishment. Again, this is an issue based. Do you agree? वाकई में क्या उनको राशन वाटर दिया जाए as punishment? Will this work? जो water waste करते हैं? Or are there any other alternatives? Or you agree with the statement कि yes, उनको राशन कर देना चाहिए. Ration means in a regulated manner. बहुत कम amount of पानी उनको दिया जाए as a punishment. So you have to think, break into pieces and justify. So इसी तरह से the purchase of more than 1 liter petrol diesel vehicle per family should be banned. Sorry, 1 petrol diesel vehicle. So the purchase of more than 1 vehicle, चाहे वो petrol है चाहे diesel है, it should be banned. हो सकता है family members में more than 1 adults हैं, 2-3 हैं वहां पर members जो अलग अलग job में जाते हैं, सभी को कार चाहिए. तो क्या ये statement hold करेगी true उस sense में? क्योंकि ये general problem है, general topic को discuss किया जा रहा है, सबके लिए जो लागू होगा. So that way you have to decide कि whether this statement is true or false. इसमें error क्या है? What facts are missing? And alternative क्या हो सकता है? That means आप इसको अपने opinion को justify कैसे करोगे, and then conclude it by saying, giving a final statement to it. Right? I hope you are getting. So this is an issue based. And जो argumentative होते हैं हमने पहले किया, जो tattoo based था, firecrackers था, sorry, firecrackers was a issue based. Tattoo वाला जो हमने किया था, that was an argument based. वो एक मैगजीन में एक इंडिविजुअल ने अपनी ओपिनियन शेयर की थी एंड वो लागू होती है इंडिविजुअल टर्म में. सो दैट वाज एन आर्गुमेंटेटिव टाइप, राइट? बट व्हाटएवर द केस इज, वेदर इट इज इश्यू बेस्ड और आर्गुमेंट बेस्ड, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज you have to find the premise, then you have to look for the errors or the incomplete information, then you have to think of the easy alternative method, and then finally conclusion, and you will compile all those information in a paragraph, and that's your analytical paragraph. Okay, so issue based को अगर लिखना है तो you can go this way. Introduction means you can hook the reader and state your most important reference. Hook the reader means grabbing reader's attention by your first statement where you mention you agree or disagree with the given issue, right? Then you bring up the negative side of the issue. अगर आप उससे disagree कर रहे हो तो उसका negative impact बताओगे और आपने उसका build up करना है with examples and support. And then you will conclude by reiterating your view, means again repeating your view. जब आप कहते हो कि you agree or disagree, Again, you will repeat it by giving a conclusion to it. Another way of writing issue based is you introduce, you give argument for your side, you give argument against your side, you present more argument for your side against your side, and then you evaluate to give the conclusion. But it is always, I would suggest you go with the first one. So, जो आप agree करते हो या disagree करते हो, take one stance, support your opinion by giving facts, right? And then conclude it. So you can write your answers this way. Sorry. And for an argument based, you can go this way. Describe the premise, point out the flaws, state your intention, detailed first assumption, explain problems with it, how to weaken or strengthen the argument. Repeat for the second assumption, repeat for the third assumption. Means you will justify by giving 2-3 facts and then give final conclusion. Right? So this way you will write it. कहने का मतलब ये है, you just have to follow this fantastic 4. इस fantastic 4 को follow करना है. The premise, factual errors or omission, easier alternative, and conclusion. So here is another resource for you, how you can start the argument, or you can say like the argument assumes that the premise is correct and provides a strong base that. So if you agree with the argument given, you can write this way, that the premise is correct, right? Or the argument assumes that and I disagree with the argument, right? Errors or omission may that so and so fact is given as supporting information. That means now you will build up on this. But the given fact is incorrect as or incomplete as, then you will further add to the point. Or you can write this way, while the information is correct, it is incomplete in this context because. Now आपने देखा कुछ information incorrect थी, कुछ correct होते हुए भी incomplete थी, right? So this way. The other alternatives or aspects aren't considered, which weakens the author's case. ये है argumentative type में. Argument में क्या होता है, कैसे individual का opinion share होता है. So there you can use author's case. If you are writing an issue type where a general opinion is given, you can simply write that the other alternative for this issue can be. So you can give the alternative there. And then the author concludes that or believes that, and you will add your opinion along with them. Right? So this way you can complete. Now अगर आप इन चीजों को देखो बेटा, यहाँ पर ही आपके 50 words आ जाते हैं, almost 50 words आ जाएंगे जब आप premise लिखते हो. ये जो introductory statement है, तो आपने क्या करना है, you just have to do some add-ons to give your justification. यहाँ पर आप add कर दोगे, the premise is correct and provides a strong base that, if you agree with that. If you disagree, you can say the argument assumes that, which is completely not acceptable, right? So it is up to you which language you use. You have to justify the premise. You will agree or disagree. Then you will talk about the errors or omissions. Then you will write about the easier alternative and give the conclusion. So if you follow this fantastic 4 step, आपका 120 word में आसानी से Q का आंसर complete हो जाएगा, right students? So finally, what we can say, these are the features of an analytical paragraph, that it clearly identifies and analyzes the most important features. So a student is required to identify and analyze. आपको given information से क्या करना है, identify करो जो information given है, then analyze it. Excuse me. Then the second step is develop clear idea, organize them logically, connect them properly with each other. When you have analyzed the information given, develop the idea, उसको compare करिए, contrast करिए, लिखिए उसको, organize करिए logically, किसका कौन सी aspect को पहले लिखोगे, कौन से बाद में लिखोगे, and connect them properly. आपको याद है मैंने resource दिया है, how you will connect. Supports the main point of trends and arguments, so you have to justify. अगर आप Q के माध्यम से कर रहे हो, तो you have to support your argument by giving relevant reason. But if you are just dealing with data charts and mind maps, you just have to interpret it. Cues may you have to support the reason given by you. And you are also required to have a control of the language convention. You have to take care the sentence formation, spellings, grammar, and variety of structure that you use while writing the analytical paragraph, because for that expression, grammar, the marks are deducted if you commit certain mistakes out of these. So these are the steps. So step 1, identify and analyze, then develop, organize the thoughts and connect them, support the point and demonstrate control of language. Right, students? So this is the thing that has to be taken care of. So just summarizing the features again. These are the few points. It describes the given chart, table, data. It should be brief and comprehensive at the same time. It should state facts that are provided by the chart or any other information format given. Necessary to make use of simple and accurate language. It should mention figures and quantities appropriately. So use the resource that was given, right? Almost, a fraction. So that way those phrases are to be used properly. So appropriate to use the same tense throughout. एक ही tense को maintain रखिए. No personal observation or response, right? Only the facts you will take from the surroundings in case you are attempting the analytical paragraph of cues. Other than that, you are just to explain what is in front of you in the charts, graphs, or mind maps. It would be preferable to use the passive form of the verb. It is suggested always to go with that. And these are few statements and phrases that I have already mentioned in those resources. The chart given above नहीं लिखोगे बेटा, क्योंकि आपके क्वेश्चन पेपर में जब आंसर शीट पे लिख रहे हो तो given above नहीं होगा. So the chart describes, the table suggests, the line graph shows, the data given provides. Okay. Describing trends, you can use these words: a pattern of growth, rapidly doubled, skyrocketed, etc., etc. So these are the things. ये मैंने table में भी show किया था. 1/3, nearly 1/4. So the proportions, the fractions are to be maintained. सिर्फ 5%, 80% नहीं लिखोगे. Use these phrases along. Okay. For establishing a relationship, that means connecting the ideas, you can use the word similarly, in contrast, in comparison to, whereas, however, and keep on connecting your ideas. So वो जो tabular form में resources given है, go through them properly, write those tables in your notebook. Okay, so it will be helpful for you to revise. So this is the last one for the conclusion. Overall, subsequently, in all, in a nutshell, for the chart given, in short, you can use these phrases to give the conclusion. Now, this is the example that we will be discussing now. So take a look at this. I give you 2 minutes to take an observation. The chart shows the division of household tasks by gender in Great Britain. Write an analytical paragraph describing the chart given in not more than 200 words. ये मैंने previous year के question paper से लिया था, तो ये 200 था. इस year 120 है. So kindly excuse the word limit. For you, the word limit is 120. Now observe this chart given. What are the trends here? Observe that. And first of all, you will share with me how you will paraphrase the opening sentence. Chaliye, think over it and tell me. You will answer the question quickly. You can write down in a notebook what will be your paraphrasing, the opening sentence of this question. Bataiye. Those who are ready, raise hand. The chart has different household chores mentioned here: cooking, baking, washing, cleaning, house tidying, gardening, pet care, care of own children and play, maintenance and odd jobs, clothes, washing, ironing, sewing. And here it is minutes per person per day. Males, females. The comparison is between males and females. And here the trends are given. So these are the different trends. So what are you going to write? First, just read what you have written in the notebook of yours. What is your opening sentence? Who is ready with the answer? Yes, Harsh, बताइए क्या लिखा है आपने? What will be the opening sentence?
The comparison chart shows the division of household tasks by genders in Great Britain.
Okay, your voice was cracking. What I could understand, you started it that the comparison of the chart shows. You can use the word comparison somewhere in between, but not in the beginning. Okay. Okay. Next, yes, beta. Moksh, बताइए.
The given chart shows the comparison of division of household tasks by gender in Great Britain.
And you can add this one, which is shown minutes per person per day. You can add this one. The time devoted, the number of minutes per person per day. Right? चलिए, opening statement हो गया. अब आगे हम क्या लिखेंगे? Aanchal, now start your analysis. Use all the information that is given in the chart. Yes, Aanchal, how you will interpret it? Aanchal, you can unmute. Who is ready? At least पहला trend बता दीजिए क्या समझ आ रहा है? What is the trend? What is the most striking trend in this chart? Yes, Moksh?
Most of the time in doing the household tasks is done by women.
And you will mention it is that they spend most of the time in cooking, baking, and washing up. Right? So, the पहला striking feature हम क्या देखते हैं? As compared to men. यहाँ पर comparison भी है, एक progression भी show हो रहा है, different type of chores लिए गए हैं. So first striking feature is about which household chores? That is cooking, baking, washing. Another one again, females ka most of the time devoted is in cleaning house and tidying, right? Then gardening and pet care may we find that the contribution of males, it is more here as compared to the females. Then children care, ये जो दो रह गए, maintenance and clothes washing and all that. So you will compare one by one the striking trends. You will talk about different household chores and the time devoted by males or females in this. अलग अलग एंगल से आपने इस चार्ट को स्टडी करते हुए एक्सप्लेन करना है. So we don't have much time left. So
मैम इसमें लिख सकते हैं कि
हाँ जी
नियरली थर्ड, मैम इसमें लिख सकते हैं जैसे 74 में कि नियरली थर्ड क्वार्टर.
Yes, why not? यहाँ पर कोई proportion ratio mention नहीं है, तो it's better if you go for the number, है ना? 74 given है, so इस तरह से you can use that. So let me just read it out because ज़्यादा time नहीं बचा है हमारे पास. So the chart shows the number of minutes per day spent by British men and women in doing household tasks. On an average, the women spend about 4 hours doing household tasks, where the men spend less than 2.5. So, an overall calculation of the total hours जो आपके table में given था उसे calculate करके लिख दिया गया. The tasks on which women spend more time than men include cooking, cleaning house, taking care of the children, and laundry. In doing all these tasks, women spend approximately 200 minutes, which is almost 3 times the time spent by men in these tasks. Comparison show kar diya. On the other hand, men spend twice the time than women in doing tasks like gardening, maintenance of odd jobs in the house. Men spend the highest time, almost 50 minutes, in gardening and pet care, while the women spend only 30 minutes for these tasks. The time spent by men in washing, ironing, and sewing clothes is as low as 2 minutes per day, as opposed to 25 minutes spent by women. In short, now the conclusion has come. Women spend far more time doing household chores than men, whilst men prefer to do gardening, pet care, and maintaining odd jobs. So this is about the paragraph that you have to finally write. With practice better, you can easily write the answer in your answer sheets. Do give a lot of practice. Go through the rules again, go through the videos that I have shared, वो जो formats बताए हैं, वो जो आपको मैंने Fantastic Four बताया है, the phrases which are given to you, go through them, revise them. It will help you in writing your answers. Okay. So this is all from my side. If you have any doubts, you can ask. And let me just share the attendance link as well, side by side.